You shouldn't bring up the turtles thing.
Okay, so sorry. Okay, Brian, it's on you.
Scratch. Let's go from now.
Welcome to the Awkward Side Hug podcast. This is our very first episode uno for my other two co-hosts. We are actually gonna get started right away. We don't want these podcasts to last very long, so
we don't want to be on air too long, you know.
As far as episodes,
yeah.
maybe 3 episodes and then we're done.
So, Lex, you have a controversial take. I want you to address right off the bat.
It's a pretty spicy take.
A hot take. Well, okay, no, I'm not gonna present it how I did it like on Fortnite last night, but still okay. The other day I was at school and I was ordering a Starbucks. I was the entire store, and I got a coffee and I went around to wait for my coffee, and I noticed I had to basically like clock in and go back behind the counter just to get a straw. And then I was kind of thinking, I was like, you know what? It got me thinking. I was like, are my straws specifically really killing turtles? I don't know. I know this is bad. This is bad. Okay. We're starting off really bad already. I know this is bad. But Brian, you had mentioned it maybe because my thought process was I'll throw my stuff away. You know what I mean? Like, no, yeah, I dispose of the straws. I've never left a straw I've never like javelin sticked a straw into the ocean, basically. But, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So straws do end up in the sewer. Sometimes just like falling out trash cans or whatever. And then they end up in the ocean, or the breeze picks up your straw and just javelin hooks a turtle.
Oh, no, dude.
So Lex claims that none of his straws have ever killed a turtle.
No, I didn't say
that's yet to be proven.
Yeah.
There's no sufficient evidence towards that claim.
And then we were saying, like, what if one of Lex's straws made into the ocean and just like individually just like killed like turtles one by one somehow?
You can't laugh, Steven. So that. Dude, okay. That's wild.
You know what though? I will back Lex on this. I hate those paper straws.
I'm not gonna lie, the paper straws are bad.
They're horrible.
Paper straws are pretty bad. Where have you guys had those? I think they have them at stadiums or not, like arenas, right? Like basketball arenas and stuff.
Arenas.
So there was this one time we're at the Staples Center. I don't know if Steven wants me to get into the story, but
go ahead.
Okay, so
your lawyer advises against
this is shortly after, so I can see why there's still some heat, because I remember like when the plastic things happened in California, a lot of people didn't like it right away. But like,
I still don't like it.
Yeah. Okay, you're a little conservative from Chino.
Chino rep.
You know, the only person in Chino in this chat's Lex right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So we got soda at the Staples Center, and we were drinking out of these paper straws, and then probably by the mid-first quarter, the straws are beginning to get really soggy and nasty. And then Steven just gets upset, and he says, you know what? I don't care how many turtles die. I want a plastic straw.
I was a little upset. I just the paper was coming off in my mouth, and I can't enjoy my Coke, my Dr. Pepper.
Which was probably like $10.
Yeah, like a $10 cup at the Staples Center, you know, for a 12-ounce drink, you know, and paper's in my mouth. I was a no-go.
Dude, we already lost half our followers, I think, just off of the first 2 minutes. But this is for the fourth mic, actually. Correct us. Is there anything you guys should, like, put us on game? Because, like, this was, I think, like, Steven, it was totally just an emotional reaction on my part, like, when I had to go out of my way to get a straw. But,
well, last night, Lex, we were on Fortnite. Yes, we all play Fortnite. And Lex was...
We're not very good, but...
And Lex was... There's some team... There's, like, we play sometimes against these, like, people in Arizona who are totally better than us, and they make fun of us and make us feel bad for playing.
And they're in high school, too.
Yeah.
They're definitely in high school.
It's like my nephew's cousins' friends or something like that.
So Lex, out of nowhere, was just like, you know what? I don't like turtles, and I'm just gonna say it on there.
But okay, I did present. Okay, I was a little naive in the way I presented it. You're right. So
You basically said I don't like turtles.
No, I love turtles. But it's gonna be hard to like for the people to believe me as I like sip on my my coffee with a straw for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, so we have this inside joke between us that on the outside Lex is the nice guy, the victim, but on the inside he's really the bad guy. He's really the guy that goes at you 100 and doesn't let off the pedal. So
wow,
you'll notice that throughout the episode
as the show goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lex has a short temper.
Oh yeah, that's embarrassed. Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
Do we want to get into the fourth mic?
Let's get into the fourth mic.
Let's take a question.
The fourth mic,
or a topic here.
It's a little aggressive, right?
Sorry. So yeah, we don't want to get into the fourth mic. So, the fourth mic is you, the viewers, presenting us with topics and questions. Because if you see, we have 3 mics here: me, Lex, and Steven, and the fourth mic would be you. And I hope that made sense. So, do you want to start off with the first ones, Lex, and then I will?
Okay, so the first topic or question was sent in via DM. Says dicks.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Says dicks. So
I think they're gross.
hot
take.
hot take. Yeah. I don't know. I think we were discussing this before the podcast. We're just getting to know each other. I think we're maybe a little uncomfortable discussing this right off the bat, but
I'm too conservative to talk about it.
You're too Chino.
No. You can't name drop.
Yeah, I know, right?
I really wanted this to be appropriate as a podcast, but we have friends. Our friends aren't appropriate.
This is a good segue to another DM'd question, actually, from the fourth mic.
Yes. So if you guys want your names to be affiliated with these questions, we will do that. And then if you don't want your names, we will just say they were DM'd to us.
Yeah, or comment on the statuses that we post, and then we'll shout out the names.
Right. So another one, speaking of...
I'm sorry. I just realized Brian's freaking flag in the background is from Star Wars.
Yeah, it is.
I just noticed that like 20 minutes in there.
Thank you, Steven.
Dude,
you're welcome.
Brian's
gorgeous, huh?
So, what do you guys do to combat swamp dick in the hot days of the summer?
I thought you were gonna say dick.
We're already there.
We're already too deep.
Yeah, all right. Steven, you want to start this one off?
So, I don't stay outside in the hot sun, first of all. I try to wear comfortable underwear, I prefer boxer briefs. They're not too snug, but snug enough to keep everything together.
Right.
I don't know what your take is on this.
I honestly just deal with it and hope that summer ends. And then, I know some people like baby powder and stuff. That just seems like it's just going to create, a weird paste down there.
Create chafing?
Yeah.
It's going to create chafy?
Lex?
I mean, it sucks because my first instinct is I just shower every day and then, I'm good. But then, but what happens, what I noticed from this first week at school, I'll shower. I'll be like, all right, I'm good to go. I'll go out into the heat. As soon as I park my car, I start walking up the Cal Poly Hills and just everything's drenched. And by the time I get to class, it's like I ran a Spartan race or some shit. And it's just all bad.
Now,
He's actually ran a Spartan race, by the way.
I just did 3 shout outs in that one.
For those that you don't know, he's actually ran a Spartan race. So.
And imagine doing that walk at Cal Poly being fat. It would be raining outside and I would show up to my class sweating.
Just so the fourth mic knows, Brian's under 280. So shout out to Brian for the hard work. He lets us know every night when we play Fortnite, hey, he's Brian under 280. So shout out to Brian.
I'm probably a little over 280 right now, but that's because I ate something this morning.
You had a heavy breakfast. So.
I noticed that I'm talking to you guys a lot and I'm not talking into the camera. So if people hate that, we'll find out. Yeah.
Do you guys just want me to
Yeah, I've never seen Steven that close. That's crazy.
The other one is from Samuel. We know him Samuel because he went to high school with us. But his Instagram is I like people, places, and things, which is
Good Instagram name.
Those are nouns, right?
I also like places and things, right?
Yep.
He's like, y'all talk about wrestling, which I would love to talk about wrestling. I could probably talk about wrestling for hours. Maybe
And we would exceed our time limit.
Yeah, maybe I'll do content on wrestling. I haven't decided yet.
I've never found a subject more than wrestling that when we could be talking about literally anything, whether it's just me and Brian or me, Brian, Steven, a group of friends. If I say like, hey, Brian, what did you think about Monday Night Raw this past Monday? Brian's gone. He's just like off to the races, like a sprinter.
It's a rabbit hole.
That's Brian's Spartan race.
Yeah. Brian's Spartan races.
So yeah, I would like to maybe, but it depends because I'm sure nobody wants to hear me talk about wrestling for several minutes or whatever, or maybe it's lose viewers.
Well, did he have a specific question about wrestling?
He wanted to know our thoughts on AEW versus WWE.
Oh, I think that's a nice like minute and a half right there.
And just to throw this out there, and we're about to break the fourth wall. This might be released after All Out on Saturday, or it might be released before. So our conversation might be slightly outdated. Okay. But I'm an NXT homer. I know NXT is going to go head-to-head of AEW. I actually would rather see NXT succeed. I want to see everybody succeed because wrestling's good wrestling.
Viewpoint.
And my favorite wrestler is actually in AEW and Pentagon Jr. But I'm an NXT homer, and I
we're not throwing plans, by the way.
When you edit this, can you put a flash of you and Pentagon together?
Yeah, I could probably. I don't know. Maybe I won't. I was planning on just doing the intros and outros and stuff and then just leaving it as is. Hey. There could be total sound problems, and I wouldn't know. What are you guys' thoughts? Okay. I want to take over the wrestling conversation.
So, no, that's a great take right there.
Okay. I'll go with your take.
Out of the three, I'm probably the one that doesn't follow wrestling as much. So, I can give you opinions. I can't give you facts. Mm-hmm. That's just me being honest. I love wrestling, though, but I don't follow, the backstage stuff.
Well, alrighty. I think this is a good time for our first episode. We haven't got permission for this yet, but I'm going to do it. Brian's been keeping up with the DM too.
Lex is a guy that likes to go out on the weekends. that was your segue to.
Oh, that's our ad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like to go out. Speaking of going out. There you go.
Yo, by the way, Steven's been presenting like the best ideas for this podcast over the past 2 weeks. It's crazy. Like me and Brian have kind of laid down all like the basic ideas, and then Steven just ran with it. He's making this what it is, to be honest. But this podcast today is brought to you by Vital Pomona. At Vital Pomona on Instagram. We believe everyone has a gift. Some just need help finding it. www.vitalpomona.com. Go follow them. Check them out.
I know they're have custom tables there.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's like a little minor mystery of just figuring out what they're doing.
That's true. Yeah.
The table actually looked pretty cool from
it looks like all metal and nice.
I realize that as I'm getting older, I want to build things and fix things, and I want to buy tools. So
yeah, I'm not a very handsy person, but
call me a dad in progress, I guess.
You're about to be a dad, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I think I should build something for the house.
Right? Yeah.
I should waste my kids' Saturdays by doing things that don't involve him.
I should waste my kids' Saturday by having him hold the flashlight, or.
Y'all know that he's not doing it right.
Yeah. So Lex, there's another.
Just like came through.
There's another fourth mic DM.
Another fourth mic DM. I've been dreading this and trying to kill time. Okay, so another fourth mic DM. So someone asked Lex's crazy college story. This is gonna be dumb.
It's probably Lex asking me 7 months into being in Cal Poly where everything is at still.
That's everyone. I was gonna say paying $240 for a parking pass at a school where there is never parking available. That's probably my craziest story. But,
You know, I'm going to shout somebody out because as when we went to Cal Poly, and I'm sure this is like this for all Cal States, so I'm sure Steven could get in on this. There's a page called CPP memes, and
yes. Shouts out to CPP memes.
I have a couple memes that I made it to that page.
Yeah.
And so basically, it's about all the issues with being I would say a Cal State student, and about waitlisting for classes and not getting classes and not having parking spots, stuff like that. Did you have parking issues at Dominguez Hill, Steven?
Unfortunately, I can't join you on that because I went to school at night. So by the time I got there, everybody was gone. So.
Oh yeah, but you had to drive on the 91, which
was not fun at times.
Yeah.
But
I think Brian literally almost disowned Steven as a friend just for moving to an area where Brian has to take the 91 to Steven's place.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, Brian almost unfriended Steven, I think.
So we were going to start a fancy.
Sorry, my life choices offend you.
we were doing we're going to do a fancy football podcast, which just ended up being a podcast about our league last year, and we were going to continue doing it, but since Steven lived in Corona, I just refused to drive to his house every week because I just didn't want to sit on the 91.
Yeah, that's
why I moved here.
That's pretty hilarious. So how is life, Steven?
Life's great.
Well, what's your big news coming up?
Oh, so in the kickoff show, I let all of you guys know I'm gonna be a dad, and I got a full-time job, so like I'm adulting right now, really hard. So
really hard. You're like really adulting.
It's really crazy because inside I still feel like I'm 21, 22.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like I'm just gonna go out on a Friday, get wasted, and then go to work at like 8:00 in the morning on Saturday. But
that's what your hat says right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's too early right now, Brian. I don't do much, especially on my days off. So.
How do you guys not have bags under your eyes? And I do. Like, how do you guys?
I have bags.
Oh, I have bags. I definitely have bags.
I can't stand up too much. I'm only in my underwear. I'm doing that whole like suit underwear thing right now.
I'm in my underwear too.
Yeah.
We got, I think, one last question from the fourth mic.
Mm-hmm.
It's by Ariel, or I'm assuming that's her name is Ariel.
Yeah,
and it's Arialistic. Her question is, why are side hugs awkward? That's her first one.
Ask Jesse. I'm just kidding, Jesse. We love you. We love you.
I don't think side hugs are awkward. Okay, let me put this. Not all side hugs are awkward, but there is awkward side hugs.
There's just awkward hugs in general, like when you don't really know somebody or you're not comfortable enough to hug them. But then like
that, you go in for that one-armed side hug.
Yeah, or there's like the shoulder kind of side hug, not the full side hug, but like the shoulder, like here.
And when you like someone and you overthink it too, and then you hesitate and you maybe go for a handshake.
Like one arm and then you hover this one, but you don't complete it. You're like, never mind.
And then you get ghosted or.
Hey.
And then the second part is pan/deep dish or thin crust pizza. I'm a thin crust guy.
I was gonna say I'm thin crust.
There's sometimes a good Chicago pizza out there that I like. There was one in Laverne, but it's not there anymore. And there's one in Newport that's good. I'm sure they're good in Chicago too. Haven't had one, but naturally I'm a thin crust person.
I think it's more about the ingredients than the actual crust.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not too much of a crust guy, but I like to taste the ingredients and not all the bread. The dough.
The
gluten.
The gluten.
Yeah,
Nice. I guess I would say
carbs are bad.
I guess I would say pan.
Would you be upset, Lex, if we talked about your first biology experience?
No, go for it. A lot of my first food place experiences are pretty bad for some reason.
Did you have to get your own straw?
Basically, yeah.
So we were going to biology. This is Lex's first time at biology. This is several years ago. And I naturally just get a bunch of ingredients. I get like mozzarella and ricotta cheese and stuff like that. And then Lex is like, he comes up to me and he goes, "Can you order for me?" And then
can you order for me?
And I said,
this is good already.
And I said, no, you know what you like on your pizza, and then so he gets mozzarella and ricotta cheese, not knowing he didn't like ricotta cheese at the time, or you didn't like it on your pizza at least.
I
And
don't
then
remember this.
you want to tell the story?
No, go ahead.
And then he orders, and I think he did choose his own ingredients, which is just like pepperoni or something like that. He comes back to the table. It's me and our friend Daniel, and Lex takes a bite of the pizza. He's like, I don't like what I got on it, or I don't like it. And then Daniel got really mad at him. He's like, well, you ordered it yourself. And that was Lex's first biology experience.
Would you go back now? Have you gone back since?
Yeah. Now I know not to get ricotta. So.
Do you see Lex's short temper while I was telling that story?
He was this close to punching his MacBook.
I'm like that guy in the that viral video, like, like, what are you doing? Or like these like little dude with like short arms, something like that.
And that's where you put the snippet of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys want to do you guys want to talk about your upcoming trip?
I want to talk about you, Brian. How's life?
No, nothing. Life is
Nothing. Yeah, something's got to be going on with your life. How's life? I mean,
just I'm in my last semester at USC.
What?
It's going to be expensive when it's all said and done.
Are you a Trojan that uses Trojans?
Yeah.
I guess I don't use those either.
I don't like.
Oh, okay. I got the pop up. Did you guys get the pop up?
Yeah, we just got saved. So
we're good. Yeah, we're good.
I don't bring a holographic charizard or to my room, if you know what I mean. So no one knows what I mean.
Protection.
The rapper.
Okay, cool.
I just saw a meme the other day.
The rapper.
I love this meme. I think I already know which one you're gonna bring it. Say it.
Is I don't know it word for word, but it says something like, "Hey, why don't you come up to my room?" And then she's like, "Do you have protection?" And then he's like, "Why? What's up there?"
What's up? That's totally hilarious.
I like butchering memes that I could just send to you guys.
I like memes.
I like memes too.
You know what? This is a perfect time. You guys there, fourth mic, send us your best meme.
Yes.
Send us your best memes. Send us some topics. Send us some questions. Just if you want to say hello, we'll say your hello on the air. By air, I mean when we record. Any last thoughts before we sign off?
Steven?
Hey, have a good day. That's my thought.
That was Machino, okay?
Yes.
Man, I just have one final thought to get off my chest, man.
Oh no, not the turtles.
No.
Leave the turtles alone, man.
I know, right? Yeah. So
Jeez.
just comment on the YouTube video or on our Instagram about the turtles thing. Just put us on game because we obviously don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Lex doesn't believe in climate change.
Come on.
If you think about it, this is a very Ninja Turtles-esque episode. Yes. Because we're talking about pizza and turtles.
That's true.
And straws.
And we'll see how dumb I look for not looking to the camera the entire time.
It's all good.
Awkward.